It's all about flow and pace today, qualifying in Qatar. A high-speed test that will set the grid for tomorrow's race. So welcome along. Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. We're back here in Lola for a track that's 3.34 miles long. There are 16 turns around its unique three-pronged shape and just a single DRS zone out of turn 16. It's fast and it's flowing, and there's a good overtaking opportunity with DRS down the long straight and into turn 1. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Surfer Girl lines up on pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Verstappen, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Perez, Leclerc, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Iwasa, Stroll, Behrman, Albon, Fittipaldi, Ricciardo, Gasly, Ocon, Vesti and Zhou Guanyu. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yeah, they have, and it's, rule number one, beat your teammate. They're the one that share the same equipment as you, and yes, the cars can vary and set up from race to race and depending on who has which style, but essentially they're your barometer, the yardstick. If you can beat them, that's the first job you have to do, and it looks like it's going their way, doesn't it? And they need to carry on this momentum, this energy through the rest of the season.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway ahead of today's sprint. As all the cars take their positions on the grid, the final preparations have been made, and all that's left is for the drivers to deliver on track.
Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment, just be careful. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. The underbody's taken a little damage. Just watch out for it. your teammate behind. 6.0 seconds. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're currently 5th. And the time last lap, 1 minute 27.4.
I am so desperate for the toilet right now.
Yes, yes, come on, we're on the podium. Good job this weekend. That's a great drive. Thank you.
So that wraps up the sprint race, but there's still more action yet to come this weekend. We've got qualifying and, of course, the Grand Prix. It's all about flow and pace today, qualifying in Qatar, a high-speed test that will set the grid for tomorrow's race. So welcome along. once again here in Qatar. Last year we took a year off due to a small footballing tournament that was being hosted, but it's all excitement on the track now. So we're back here in Losail and this is the track map. 3.34 miles, 16 turns and just one DRS zone out of turn 16. It's already a fast and flowing track after all. There's a good overtaking opportunity with DRS though through the long straight and into turn 1. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Surfer Girl lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Stroll, Perez, Tsunoda, Iwasa, Gasly, Behrman, Ricciardo, Oscar Piastri, Fittipaldi, Ocon, Joe, Vesti, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'll give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yeah, they have, and it's, rule number one, beat your teammate. They're the one that share the same equipment as you, and yes, the cars can vary in setup from race to race and depending on who has which style, but essentially they're your barometer, the yardstick. If you can beat them, that's the first job you have to do, and it looks like it's going their way, doesn't it? And they need to carry on this momentum, this energy through the rest of the season.
The formation lap gets underway then, and it's going to be interesting today to see how the dry conditions could affect the lifespan of the tyres. So as all the cars reform the grids, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
Now use DRS. DRS now available. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. lap, in this lap. Push now. Okay, mate, lap times are a little erratic at the moment. We need consistency, so let's try and stabilise them. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. Okay, don't worry about that target for now. Let's just focus on this pit stop. Okay, let's go now, come on. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. Okay, we need to push now. Use the overtake button for more power. Fernando's in the pits. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 8.3 seconds. Okay, Russell's ahead. And gap to the car in front, 22.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time, 1:28.3. Okay, mate, right, we've got some clear track in front of us, so let's make best use of it and make the next lap a quick one. You got this. +3, gap to the car behind, +3. Okay, Russell stopping now. Nice work, you smashed it. Really good job on hitting that target, mate. You're leading the pack, that's P1. And Verstappen's behind. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, just 5 laps until the end. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. this is your final lap of the race.
Desperate for the toilet right now.
Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserve that race win. Well done, mate.
That's a spectacular victory, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today.
And of course, that's now 4 race wins in a row. They've got the momentum now, and it's starting to turn into a bit of a dominance.
The Aston Martin team will be very happy with today's performance. And of course, the final result. Another display of excellent driving and excellent teamwork. And a well-deserved first-place finish. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.